brink of their silver season, the Cincinnati Bengals made history with the appointment of the youngest NFL head coach ever, 32-year-old David Shula.
My goals are simple: to win the Central Division, and if we don't win the Central Division, to qualify for the playoffs, and once in the playoffs, to win the Super Bowl.
Despite his youth, Shula has a lengthy pro football resume, starting as a player with the 1981 Baltimore Colts. The next season, under the watchful eye of his father, he began his coaching career with Miami. During his 6 years with the Dolphins, they set numerous league passing records. A prime reason was Shula's work with Dan Marino.
It's good. Everything's right up your back at the shoulder level as you're retreating with the ball, and then straight up and out, stepping at the target. The defense isn't going to have a key on where our protection is going to be, because up to now, most of the time, wherever he lines up, that's the way he's going to block.
Yeah.
So that'll help us too.
Yeah, definitely. But the problem is I can't remember what that's supposed to be.
All right, we're going to send it in for you. Just think of your wife, Fox.
Okay, Fox.
The young coach's rapport with quarterbacks continued in Dallas, where in 1989 he worked with Troy Aikman as offensive coordinator of the Cowboys. 2 years later, he joined the Bengals offensive staff, where he quickly gained appreciation for another QB of note, Boomer Esiason.
Oh, I think he has a confidence about him that he knows that he has the strength to withstand the hit. He'll stand in the face of a blitzer and wait till that last possible second to get rid of the football. He also has the strength of his arm and in his body movements to get the football there.
And no one can pull off a play fake like the Boomer.
And goes to Green. No, it's a fake. Boomer, play action fake. Great play action fake. The spot, 20, 10, 5, out of bounds at the 3.
For Esiason, David Shula represents continuity, which should provide the Bengals a firm foundation for the future. For denizens of the Queen City, the '91 season opened with high hopes. The Bengals were defending division champs and had come within a quarter of the AFC title game. Ample evidence for optimism for players and fans alike.
Bengals by 20. Hey, we won the toss. What do you know? Hey, we finally won the toss. This could be our year.
Instead, it was a year to file and forget for the Bengals and their followers. What had been a banquet of victories became slim pickings, as a once coordinated squad at times resembled a Keystone Cops routine. The team was plagued by a penchant for turnovers inside the red zone. But most painful was the plentitude of dropped balls that permeated both offense and defense. 1991 was a season of pain and frustration for the Bengals.
It's absolutely amazing what has happened to the Cincinnati Bengals this year. Turnovers kill this football team.
For a team that lost its first 8 games, the turnaround came against the division rival Browns. A chance to salvage the season was still possible, and Cincinnati was emotionally charged for the challenge.
Lone set back Green. They'll give it to him again. He tries to cut off right tackle over the 20, at the 15, cuts back on the near side at the 10, and has the Bengals first and goal.
The Bengals were paced by Harold Green, who ran for 135 yards, and the big play passing of Boomer Esiason, throwing with a separated shoulder. Still, with 9 seconds remaining, Cleveland had a solid chance to win.
This for the ball game. The ball is snapped, placed down, and booted. Blocked! It's blocked! I don't believe it! The Bengals have blocked it! The Bengals are going to win it. Unbelievable! They will win the football game. Woo! Unbelievable! Time has expired. The Bengals have mobbed Eric Thomas, who has blocked the field goal attempt. You can feed the kitty. The Bengals have roared on this Sunday. Finally.
If the win over Cleveland was a close call, so was a lengthy string of defeats. One against the Browns on the shores of Lake Erie was particularly tough to take.
Let's go, Stripes! Let's go now! Ready for shot! Hot! Hot! Hot!
On 1st and 10, here's Boomer, back to throw, fakes, throws deep, into the end zone, McGee, touchdown!
Yes! Boomer laid it right in there, and boy, was that the big play the offense needed.
But on a freak play, number 75 left guard Bruce Reimers inadvertently blocked his man into James Brooks for a safety. With 4 seconds left, the Browns came from behind to win without benefit of a single touchdown.
The ball is snapped, placed down and booted. It's high enough, it's deep enough, and it's good.
Still, their spirit never flagged. 1 week later, against the world champion Redskins, they played even better.
Come on, guys, it's something starting new. Let's go, ready?
The Tiger Stripes gave Joe Gibbs and company all they could handle before finally succumbing by a single touchdown, 34-27. In their next game against Seattle, they outgained their opponents by plenty, but continued to have trouble scoring in close. The Bengals had lost 3 straight games by a touchdown or less.
7 minutes to go for the Bengals, who lead 10-3. Here's Boomer again off of play action. Pretty good protection this time. Now throws, far side of the field. Holman, touchdown in the end zone. What a catch by Rodney Holman.
In Pittsburgh, the narrow loss syndrome continued with a hard-fought overtime defeat to their arch rivals, the Steelers. Seven days later, at the eastern end of Pennsylvania, Boomer and the Bengals took on the best defense in professional football. Donald Hollis, a fourth-round rookie from Rice, received his baptismal under fire from the Eagles' pass rush. But in the end, it was a veteran quarterback who was the difference in another close defeat.
Leaping reception for a touchdown, and coming up with it is Calvin Williams.
The 17-10 loss to Philadelphia was the topper to an unexpectedly tough season.
I'll tell you, this has been one long and crazy year. Before it's over, though, we'll make some noise and we'll get back at this thing somewhere along the line. We'll start it somewhere.
The comeback began against the former world champion Giants on the first day of December. It was the Bengals defense that was the catalyst for their biggest victory of the year.
And back to throw, Sims being rushed and dropped on a sack by Lewis Phillips on a corner blitz. Barrel! First down, the hand goes to Green. Back to Asias, and it's the flea flicker. He's throwing deep, way downfield for McGee. Got it! Touchdown!
Got him!
Cincinnati! Mitchell Price drifting back to his own 22, starts upfield. Now to the 30, at the 32, at the 35, at the 40, at the 45, at the midfield.
Go Mitchell!
35 at the 40.
Go Mitchell!
One man to beat. Mitchell will go all the way for the touchdown.
Woo,
there are
baby!
no flags down. Touchdown Cincinnati.
Wow!
The Bengals have upset the Giants. Our final score, Bengals 27, Giants 24.
Defense was again dominant in the season finale that accounted for a handful of sacks against the New England Patriots in a 29-7 win.
Just wrap it up inside. That's all we have to do. Way to stay with them now, okay? Way to protect.
Asias is back to throw. Looking, throwing deep, over the middle, caught. Rodney Holman, touchdown Cincinnati.
On a day on which Boomer passed for 333 yards and 3 touchdowns, the Bengals took pride in a fast finish, winning 2 of their final 4, and reminding both their fans and the NFL the talent is there to compete in the season to come. A dark year of defeat had ended with the bright hope that the Bengals are back on track. Despite a disappointing defense that finished dead last in the NFL, Cincinnati developed a nice mixture of youth and experience on the line. At nose tackle was number 69, rough and ready Tim Crumry, a veteran of 10 seasons, who despite double teaming got to the quarterback a team high 4 times last season. Newcomer Alonzo Mitz became a regular after only 1 week with the Bengals. Number 99 gave the club a big boost from left defensive end. Alonzo not only had the mitts to push off blockers, he demonstrated sure hands on a pass theft against the Dallas Cowboys.
And intercepted. And it is intercepted by one of the Bengals defensive people.
I think it's Alonzo Mitz.
No, it is Mitz. It is Mitz.
Alonzo Mitz, 99. Alonzo Mitz, double nines, comes up with a big play.
At the other end spot was 5-year veteran David Grant, number 98, who at 6'5", 280 pounds, gave the Bengals bulk in an otherwise undersized line. At outside linebacker is a pair of youngsters, starting with number 50, last year's #1 draft choice, James Francis, who often lined up on the line of scrimmage in a down position. Francis can cover out of the backfield or rush the quarterback with equal ease. And when a short-lived experiment at middle linebacker ended, he returned to the perimeter with a gleeful vengeance. While Francis finished his second season on a high note, #1 draft pick Alfred Williams began his first year encountering typical rookie problems. But once the former Colorado star found his way, he was devastating. At 6'6", 240 pounds, he's nicknamed the Condor for the way he flies around blockers and uses his great wingspan to envelop ball carriers.
Hey, the rookie, all right. All right. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it.
Rip it on the play action. Alfred Williams tackles from behind. Is it a fumble? It is. And the Bengals have recovered.
Yes, Condor.
Alfred Williams, the Condor.
Alfred Williams and James Francis, a pair of quick, athletic outside backers who should be outstanding for years to come. At cornerback, #22 Eric Thomas proved his recovery from major knee surgery is complete. The former track star from Tulane is the spiritual leader of the Bengal defense and a man opposing quarterbacks should avoid when putting the ball in the end zone. While Thomas represents speed and sure hands at one corner, Rod Jones, #25, mirrors him at the other. Unfortunately, Jones went down for the season in Week 4, but the Bengals had an able replacement in Wayne Haddix, #45. Six-year veteran Barney Bussey, #27, has given the Bengals a huge lift at free safety. His backup is Ricky Dixon, the only DB ever selected on the first round by the Bengals. His 47-yard interception return against Houston was the team's longest of the year. But when you're talking safety in Cincinnati, you're talking hard-hitting David Fulcher. Fulcher led his team in tackles, forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, and interceptions.
Brister, he's back to throw, standing at his own end zone. Now steps up and fires far side. Intercepted by the Bengals. It's Fulcher
in the end zone.
At the 15, at the 10.
Yes.
Dives to the end zone.
Yes.
Touchdown, David Fulcher. Didn't Fulcher sniff the end zone out smartly with a dive, and now the Bengals back.
Way to rip it out. Did you rip it out of there? Way to go. Kick off, team. Be ready. Kick off, team. Be ready.
Traditionally, the Bengals excel on special teams.
Right corner, right corner. Now let's bust their ass. Let's start something out right. Let's go.
Dingle at the 6, over the 10 to the 15 to the 20, breaks to the clear, 30, 35, 40, 45, 51, he could go all the way, and he's tackled from behind at the Steeler 30-yard line. A magnificent return by Mike Dingle.
Dingle showed great speed along that 240 pounds.
They really excelled in blocking kicks, where Eric Thomas got 3.
Eric Thomas comes around the corner. Boy, he got that one solid.
#22 used his sheer speed to get around the corner and block kicks against the Broncos, Browns, and Eagles. But the most consistent member of the special teams is kicker Jim Breach, who holds the NFL record for scoring in 181 consecutive games.
This now a 47-yard attempt. It's high enough, it's deep enough, it's
Oh! And a baby Breacher!
He nailed it. Jim Breach has just tied this football game.
Breach hit on 23 of 29 field goals last season and was dead center perfect on extra points. When number 3 lines up, the result is almost a foregone conclusion.
Yes! Yes! Money in the bank! Money in the bank! My boy Breacher, money in the bank! JB! Jimmy Breach! Money in the bank, baby. Way to go. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. This ain't Ray Nitschke and Dick Butkus and Deacon Jones over there, so let's start kicking some ass. Triple right flip, 18-0 on 2. Ready? Right. Come on, let's go! 34! Watch your 2 guys! Set! Up!
Here's Boomer. Hands to Brooks. No, he keeps it himself. Throws deep. Way downfield for McGee. He's got it. Yes! Touchdown! Tim McGee in double coverage has pulled it in.
The leadership and strong left arm of Esiason is just one component of the Bengals' air attack. Good blocking and receiving is another.
Caught. Brown at the 20.
Rodney! What a block. That's what you call a D-cleaner. That's what you call a waffle belly. That's what you call a pancake. That's everything. That's a butt kicker block. Woo.
The offensive line consisted of Joe Walter, Bruce Reimers, Bruce Kazerski, and the man chosen for the Pro Bowl 11 times, more than any player in NFL history, number 78, Anthony Munoz. But injuries eventually decimated the line. Reimers went out with a bad shoulder, and Munoz dislocated his elbow. 5th-round draft pick Mike Arthur took over at center, and number 76 Kurt Scrafford showed quickness and adeptness at pass blocking at tackle.
Again over the middle.
Go, Jimmy!
One alone in the middle of the field and will go into the end zone for the touchdown.
Nice protection by his offensive line.
The running game featured a trio of youngsters: Craig Taylor, Harold Green, and Mike Dingle, number 38, a rookie from South Carolina. At 6'2", 237 pounds, Dingle displayed a quick burst for a man his size, not to mention a good stiff right arm. Fullback Craig Taylor, number 20, was nicknamed the Rhino for his power up the middle.
Taylor the lone setback. Handed Taylor right up the middle over the 30. 15.
Go.
He's down to the 10. 5.
Yes.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
If Taylor runs like a water buffalo, Harold Green is a water bug, despite weighing 222 pounds. This young, rising star can stop and cut on a dime. A slashing, whirling runner. He averaged nearly 5 yards per carry, and at one point in the season rushed for well over 100 yards 3 times in a stretch of 4 games. When Harold Green handled the ball, his opponents often grabbed air or saw stars. Green's 75-yard run against Dallas was the Bengals' longest of the year from scrimmage.
Trapped behind the line of scrimmage, now starts back the other way. And he has open field on the far side. Green's over the 30, 35 by midfield. He has one man to beat. Harold Green goes all the way for a touchdown.
Woohoo, baby!
Harold Green beats Carolina Lightning this afternoon.
With a young nucleus of talent and a youthful new head coach, the Cincinnati Bengals are headed in a new direction as they enter their silver anniversary season.